Hello, rail friends. Oh, man. Timing is everything. Oh, my goodness. Welcome back to Rail Moments. Thanks for being back trackside. And we are in Lacon, Alabama, I think is where we are. We are trackside on CSX. And man, we are excited. We found the Clinchfield. And he's pushing a coal train. We filmed just a little while ago. I had a mid DPU on that coal train. He just went past us. I mean, within seconds. But the push is that way. The mountain, he's got to go up and over. So he's going to roll right back here, right past us. Man, we have beautiful sunshine. And maybe if we're lucky, there's a train on the other side that he's going to catch and bring back with him. Don't know how long it takes. I just know where he is and that we got here and we know he's down there. He'll go back down there. We should have plenty of light. We threw it up real quick, not much of a description, but here we are. So, all I know to tell you right this second. I'll be back here in just a moment, but hey, Clinchfield Heritage Locomotive. We haven't seen the Clinchfield since we were up in Erwin, Tennessee, with Jesse from Whistleboard Productions for the specialty event they did the day before the Santa Train that the Clinchfield led. So, oh, what beautiful colors we have today here. So, give me a couple more minutes to get ready, get set. We're here in the trees in beautiful Alabama, south of Hartselle, Alabama. everybody? All right, we're good, we're ready. I don't know how long this process takes. Don't know if he's got a train on the other side of the mountain. All I know is he just passed us as we got here. Literally. I mean, we were right there and didn't have enough time to get anything turned on or get set up. But we're at the crossing where he's got to come back. And yes, it is beautiful here. I mean, this is just, I think Bigfoot lives here. I mean, we got rocks, we got crossing, we got a creek, he's got water, he's got food, and he's got railroad ties. Jesse and I from Whistleboard Productions, we chased the Clinchfield back this Saturday. Matter of fact, we got to be close and personal, and right next to it, took our pictures with it in Erwin, Tennessee. They did a huge event for the storm victims up there and everything. And then the next day, and boy, if you've not watched that video, it's in the live category. Jesse and I are out there, I don't know how late it was. We'll just say 10 o'clock for sake of time. And was it snowing? Oh my goodness. They even came on the radio and said, hey, how much longer are you guys going to be? Because they took it back to, where was it for the night? I forget the name of the town, but anyhow, not Jackson City, but it's another one that's up there. See, this is what happens when you get old. You get foggy. I was there. Can't remember the name of it, but it'll come to me. And then he hooked up to the Santa Train and pulled it on up. And then we chased it the next day. Got some great footage. But anyhow, that night at the event, the Clinchfield was there. He led the train in. Santa was on the back of the, and at the time it wasn't the Santa Train, it was another name, the Christmas Train. And had some box cars and what have you, that pulled up to the yard there. And Erwin was as far as it could go because everything had been washed out from that point on down. So it was a great night. Jesse and I had a blast. Chick-fil-A was a sponsor. They gave out gift bags to everybody. They just did a really, really phenomenal tribute to the folks. And it was really touching. It was very heartfelt touching. It was so genuine. And all that everyone had been through up there. And so Jesse and I were there in Erwin in the snow, cold, there at the crossing. But boy, did we have a good time. Oh my goodness, it was just great times. So, came over to Decatur this morning. Didn't get here real early because up until noon it was raining here. Puddles and stuff all over. Over at the Decatur Depot. It's where we set up this afternoon. Spent about 4 hours there. Met a lot of great folks today. It was really, really fun. And we're going to have dinner, I am, at the Freight House in Hartselle. Oh my goodness. If you haven't eaten there, oh, this pile of railroad ties blocks the view where he comes down the mountain. Don't know the name of the mountain, just know it's a mountain. Here, double tracked, and forgot where I was. I'm just so excited. It's just so cool here. Anyhow, back in Erwin. Then the next day, Casey came up. We chased the whole Santa Train. He led it through. The engineer retired that day. Retired. Oh, it was just all kinds of great memories. But like I said, that was really, really a very touching event for what it stood for and what CSX did that night. So, anyhow, we're in Lacon, Alabama. If you don't know where, the Freight House. Just north of here. That's where dinner is tonight. So, and then afterwards, we got to recharge the electric unit on board, and then we'll probably do some filming there back at the depot in Decatur tonight. Great spot there. We had a good day today. And we are on the S and NA, South and North Alabama CSX line right here. And we're at the, I forget the milepost number we are, but hey, ain't right. How are you? Lucas! Hello! How's everything in Chattanooga? Q1, Q2, good to have you on. We're going to level a couple things up here. Anybody got any questions? But as the pusher, he was on the back of the coal train that we filmed earlier today. And then we thought we'd get down here in time to catch it, but then we had the RF and P nose come through. And then we kind of hung on for a little bit to see if he would come back so that we could catch him, because he just went on the other side to deliver cars. But we knew we were pushing time here. Not every train gets pushed over, from what I understand. So we knew that coal train would, because he was a massive, massive coal train. So y'all hang out with me here. We will see the Clinchfield. Don't know how long it's going to take, but he's going to be here. CSXT1902 in Lacon, and I'm assuming I'm saying it wrong. If I'm saying it right. If it's wrong, Alabama, y'all let me know. But it's spelled Lacon, Alabama, where he went by here about 15 minutes ago. So they'll take him up and over, and they'll cut him loose. It's really cool. The pushers there in Cowan, they put this mechanism on the front of the engine, and they can release that train at the point, or they can go hook up to it without having to get out, get there, risk being between the cars, what have you. So it was really cool while we were in Cowan with Brian at the Railroad Museum there recently for Railfan Day. And when I heard that the Clinchfield was well, I didn't know if it was still here when I came over this morning. So just found out that it was when we pulled up the crossing, and he was pushing that coal train. And like I said, knew he was going to have to push that coal train. Just timing. It's all about timing. If there's something you wanted to catch, normally you got to wait an extra 7 hours, right, Lucas? But when you're running close on time and you can't get ahead of it, what happens? Boom. He's on time or ahead of schedule. So anyhow, we're going to go back trackside. I'll catch up with y'all's questions. We need to level a couple things up here real quick. I think we're going to get situated here. Let's, and you'll have to excuse the bumps here for a moment. I think we're just gonna move right here. So we can get a great vantage point. We're right here behind the crossing gate. Y'all gonna sit tight here for a moment. I gotta get you readjusted, so excuse, this is the downside to doing live. You gotta go through all the bada bings and bada booms that occur, as opposed to in production, everything's all nice and cute, sounds perfect, and everything's been changed. This, Q1 and Q2 is on the job. They're gonna make sure that we're not fuzzy, this, that, and what have you. We're going to make sure we're all the way up there. We won't zoom in as he comes down just because we don't want to risk anything going wrong. So that is the direction CSXT 1902 will come from on his way back. Now, is he solo? Don't know. There could very well be a train on the other side waiting to come across. So he's got to push over and he got to push back. But in the meantime, we're trackside. You ready? I am. Might be 5 minutes. This is a first time territory for me. Don't know the timing. Not even sure what road I'm on. Matter of fact, I know I don't know what road I'm on. But that's what they made Waze, W-A-Z-E, for, so I can figure out where I am. Now, I just got a message from Tara. I don't know, Tara, if you're on. Tara has outdone herself with pictures today. She's at the event with 8103. Oh, let's see. We've been talking about it all week, but 8103 is up there in Virginia with Tara. And there's a number of events and dedications, and NS brought 8103 in. Oh, here he is. Just that quick, all the fun and excitement happened. Whoa! Like I said, this is just a beautiful crossing we're at. Look at that sun coming across the tracks. And those are a set of double ambers there on the left. As you can see, one great big stack of railroad ties. Now, like I said, I don't know this set of crossings. I don't know if that means we have another coming or just what might be occurring. So we're going to sit tight for a little bit. Who knows? But we're on the S and NA, the South and North Alabama line for CSX between Decatur and Birmingham, and just south of us is Cullman, Alabama, and just north of us is dinner at the Freight House, in Hartselle, Alabama, and it is a beautiful depot. All right, those went dark, so I think that is the end of our opportunity for the moment. We're going to watch just for a minute in case something does occur that we don't know, because there were a number of trains behind our coal train. And there's production 6. As you can see, someone had a little whiskey boo-boo right there as they ran into the end. If y'all need a pole barn, I can tell you where. Right there. Pole barns, 256. (620) if you need a pole barn. All right, let's put the earmuffs back up and let's take a look at the pictures that Tara sent us from Virginia at the event she's at today. And you'll have to forgive me, I can't remember all the locomotive numbers. This is what y'all have to look forward to when you get old too. All right, let's see first of all if anybody has any questions. Hey again, Ken, how are you? Lucas, are you trackside tonight? If so, what are you chasing back there in Chattanooga? Dixieland. Right now we are in Lacon, Alabama. After dinner and after we recharge the power pack, we will be back at the depot in Decatur, Alabama. And we're going to do some nighttime trackside fun. So we'll be, and right now it looks like the weather's going to be okay. And tomorrow's supposed to be okay as well. So tonight, we'll do some twilight action. Hey there! That's right, Ken. We got to put Q1 in charge of horns and lights. That's very important. Hi, John. John, what do you know about this spot? other than it's in the here it in the middle of nowhere, in the woods, where you drive a pickup truck, wear a cowboy hat, and go zipping across the railroad crossing. And this one has 2 tracks, and it's pretty busy. Stick shift, I do believe there. Lucas, the tag coming back to town, is it? Hey, Andy, how are you, sir? Did y'all go flying today, or are y'all flying tomorrow? Andy pilots these great big planes. Looks like makes production 6 look small. And they go to the airfields and whatever. Andy does some really cool things. Y'all know Andy. He speed checks some of our train action with us, hangs out up there on the cliff with me and at Bootleggers, and chases mosquitoes with me. Oh, Lucas, you went to Roanoke. Oh, awesomeness. I guess someplace along the line I forgot that you were going, or you forgot to tell me. I don't know which, but y'all know my memory. Tony made fun of me at the Cowan Railroad event get together. I couldn't remember half of what we were talking about. He goes, Mike, where's your pad? And it's like way down there, like I was like a city block away, or further actually. And so without my pad, things do kind of get a little forgotten. Oh, Andy's gonna fly tomorrow. Okay, well in the meantime here, Tara sent some pictures. Now, this is, and like I said, I'm not 100% sure of everything. And you're going to have picture in picture because I'm only running one monitor. All right. Whomever can give us some updates on what we're seeing as I wobble this all around, trying to get it just right for you. And there is one of the locomotives from today. And again, this picture is from Tara up in Virginia. Her group went to the museum today. As I understand, it's a today and tomorrow event. Anybody that wants to jump in, give us some more background on everything that's going on up there. And again, Tara sends a whole bunch of pictures. Here's the 1776. Let's see if this will go left to right and enlarge. Yeah. And again, we have picture in picture because we only have a monitor. This is from the Railroad Museum up in Virginia. I don't know if Tara's on or not, but if so, locomotive 1776. Norfolk and Western. There's the other end. Again, you have picture in picture. My apologies here. Maybe I can move this one to the other side. There. Now you can see the front of it. There. Norfolk and Western, 1776. Y'all literally have picture in picture in picture. And locomotive 1218. And like I said, anyone, if you're familiar, just jump right on in and tell everybody the historical sides of what we're looking at. And again, these are from Tara, where her and a number of her rail friends, she's got a group, they all went and hung out at the museum today. And last, 8103. Up in Virginia today at the event. As I understand, it's a 2-day event, so it will still be there tomorrow. So if you don't live real close, start now, get a hotel, be there fresh and ready to go in the morning. Won't be every day that you get a picture of that locomotive that clean. Thanks, Tara. And again, a very, very special thanks to Tara for those pictures from Virginia. All right, everybody, we are going to give this 8 more minutes. 8 more minutes for something to occur, and if nothing occurs, we're going to go ahead and head on out, because dinner is in Hartselle, Alabama, at the Freight House, where it is currently 7:25 in Alabama. And Lucas, that was N&W 611. So N&W 611, N&W SD 451776 bicentennial locomotive for the 4th of July, and Northwestern 1218, a 2-8-8-4 Class A steam engine. And part of the L&N, Pan American, and Hummingbird trains used to go past there. Well, y'all, that was pretty cool. Is anybody else going up? And while we're here, we're just going to go ahead and zoom kind of on out. Like I said, if you want to come over, this is the crossing, what it looks like. The pusher station, I believe, is up that way somewhere. If you look at it on Google Earth, I know you can see it from Interstate 65. So, Cullman, Alabama, that way. Decatur, the other way. John, we are at milepost, stand by. $328.5. We're at the 328.5. on the S and NA South and North Alabama line for CSX. A 55-mile-per-hour speed restriction right here. Everybody, it's great to have you on. Like I said, we did catch the Clinchfield solo right here after he pushed a coal train up and over that we filmed earlier today. It had a number of locomotives on him, but he was a big coal train and he was loaded. Oh my goodness. So we are going to wind down here. We're going to give it another 4 minutes. If we don't get any likes, we're headed to dinner in Hartselle, and then we'll head back trackside in Decatur tonight. Everybody, thank you for jumping on tonight. It's great to see all of you. John, thanks for all the information. Lucas, you too. And again, Lucas, thanks for the other day with the Penn Central. Y'all, Lucas called and said, hey, Mike. It's hard to tell train noises from the interstate noises here since we're so close to 65. He said, hey, Mike, 4004 and the Penn Central are on the same train together, and they're coming into Chattanooga. And he was out after it, out by Wildwood and over there on the west side of Chattanooga. And he said, he asked, are you going to chase it? And it's like, I just don't think I can get there in time. And he said, oh, you're good. You got time. He's got one facing him, so you got time. And it's like, are you sure, Lucas? Lucas goes, yeah, I'm sure. I said, you sure you're sure? And he says, yes, Mike, I'm sure. So at that moment, I tore out of job number 1, jumped in production 6, grabbed my stuff. We made it to the soccer fields there at the south end of the yard. And thanks to Lucas, we had 3 minutes to spare. If y'all have not seen that this week, Casey went through and moved everything into the Trackside Live library. And we did part 1 at the south end. And then Andy joined me up at Coffey's Cliff for part 2, where they changed the train. He had to work the yard and what have you. And then they hooked him back up, and just as we were about to run out of light period, here he came out of the yard, out of the north end. So it was a double catch night for both locomotives, and we got 4004 all lit up. And then right just as we were sitting down the tailgate to say that whole goodnight thing and thanks for being out with Casey and I and all of you and what have you, and boom, here came one more out of the yard. And if my memory's right, it was 369. And boom, we got a flashlight salute from the train crew. So it just was fantastic. I'm having a fantastic day here in Decatur. I hope you guys are. To all the folks I met today, and if you're on this evening or if you watch this, thanks. I'm glad I got to meet y'all. One last look at our crossing before we moved to the next project. Axe looking south. We'll just do a 360 before we turn this off. And I'll make sure there aren't any last minute questions. Everybody here waves. And again, I have no idea what road this is. But I tell you what, let's see if we can figure it out. Okay. Now you know where we are. And there goes Dixie Towing. He had a car on when he went past. All right, CSX Falkville. Oh, if you've never been to Falkville, it's an old town, but right in town there's an old garage. It's got some really cool restored vehicles in there. They're just awesome looking. And we're at the base station, 220 base station, at milepost 329.5. So that's where we are, y'all. And that is going to finish us up here. All of our lights. There goes the Coleman Police Department. Watch out for the silver Chevy and Coleman. Mama Bear, Tara, over there. Sunset. Trying to get the orange in there for you. All right, everybody. That's it from here in the con. And again, I hope I'm saying it right. We are going to start going back northbound to dinner in Hartselle. See y'all later tonight, trackside at the Decatur Depot in Alabama.